Hey YouTube, Jim here. Welcome to Top 10 Archive. They may seem innocent and harmless, but kids have on many occasions proven to be devilish and deadly. Just when you think you know a kid, they turn around and stab you in the back. Literally. See just how deadly they can be in this archive of the 10 most dangerous kids. Don't fear for your life just yet. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell for future notifications. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to comment about other dangerous children we may have missed.
Number 10. Unnamed 9-year-old boy. In March of 2018, an unidentified 9-year-old boy was suspected to have shot his sister. While accidental shootings in the home aren't uncommon, especially when the firearm isn't properly secured, authorities were adamant that this was no accident. According to the police report, the 9-year-old wanted the video game controller that his sister was using. When she refused, the boy was said to have walked over to a nightstand, brandished the firearm, and shot his 13-year-old sibling in the head. Number 9. JARRELL MILTON. JARRELL MILTON was only 12 years old when he was charged with criminal conspiracy and use of a weapon to commit a felony. The charge was reduced from the original first-degree murder of 31-year-old Jemima Ray. Along with his 17-year-old brother, Jamar, and 15-year-old friend, Shontavious Primes Willis, JARRELL was involved in the attempted robbery and murder of 2 men holding marijuana, Ray and 30-year-old Charles Fisher. Jamar and Primes Willis were tried as adults in the shooting, while JARRELL, who was thought to have had a hand in planning the shooting, was tried as a juvenile. Number 8. ANISSA WEIER and Morgan GEYSER. Many of us would do anything for a good friend. But what about for a mysterious man living in the forest? 12-year-olds ANISSA Anna WEIER and Morgan GEYSER had grown obsessed with the creepypasta Slender Man and thought that if they offered a sacrifice, they could join him at his mansion. Their sacrifice was fellow classmate Peyton Leutner. Despite being stabbed 19 times, Peyton survived. Morgan pled guilty to attempted first-degree murder and was sentenced to 40 years in a mental institution. WEIER also pled guilty, but to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 25 years of institutional care. Number 7. John Venables and Robert Thompson. 10-year-olds John Venables and Robert Thompson stirred the community of Merseyside when they abducted and murdered 2-year-old James Patrick Bulger. They lured the toddler away from his mother at the New Strand shopping center in Bootle, England, and proceeded to torture him. Despite being seen by 38 people, the crafty pair were able to talk their way out of suspicion. Bulger's body was found, mutilated and severed in half, having suffered 42 total injuries, including 10 skull fractures. After murdering the 2-year-old, Venables and Thompson placed his body across a railway track so it would appear that the train had killed him. Both received a minimum of 8 years. Number 6. Joseph McVeigh. In January 2011, 10-year-old Joseph McVeigh, no relation to the 1995 Oklahoma City bomber, confessed to the murder of his mother, Deborah, when she was found with a gunshot wound to the head. After police questioned the boy, they were left with only one motive. Deborah wanted Joseph to bring firewood into the house. McVeigh allegedly lived in a volatile and abusive environment and was reportedly violent at school as young as 6 years old. Number 5. Mary Bell. The story of Mary Bell challenges the classic stereotype of a murderer, not just because the perpetrator was female, but because she was also just 11 years old. During the summer of 1968 in Scotswood, the body of Martin Brown was found in a condemned house. Several weeks later, 3-year-old Brian Howe's strangled and partially mutilated body was located in an industrial area. Before Belle could continue her rampage and earn the title of serial killer, she was picked up by police and determined to be psychopathic in nature. Mary was tried and sentenced to be detained at Her Majesty's pleasure, which had no end date attached. She served only 12 years and was released into a new identity so she could live a normal life. Number 4. The Baldwyn Trio. In 2017, the town of Baldwyn, Mississippi was struck by the sudden and gruesome death of 70-year-old Henry Adams Jr. The quiet night of October 23rd was broken when Adams was shot multiple times in his home as part of an alleged robbery attempt. An at-home used car salesman, Adams was known by many to carry a lot of cash in his abode, so 13-year-old Quindara Burris, 13-year-old Daquan M. Stribling, and 14-year-old J.C. Bryson West took it upon themselves to relieve Adams of his money. Despite being teenagers, the trio were slated to be tried as adults per Mississippi law. Number 3. Jesse Pomeroy. From February to April 1874, 14-year-old Jesse Pomeroy went on a spree that would make most adults tremble. After being released in February of 1874 to his mother on parole for assaulting 2 children, South Boston fell victim to a series of gruesome crimes. In March, 10-year-old Katie Curran vanished. Within a month, 4-year-old Horace Millen's body was found mutilated. Pomeroy became a prime suspect, and when Curran's body was found in the basement of his mother's dress shop, he was again arrested. In February 1875, Pomeroy was sentenced to death for the murder of 7 known victims. Governor William Gadsden, however, refused to sign the death warrant, and after several votes at Massachusetts Governor's Council, Pomeroy's sentence was commuted to life in prison. Number 2. Edmund Kemper. Edmund Kemper showed troubling signs at 13 years old when he buried one of the family cats alive and slaughtered the second with a knife. His disturbing behavior came to an end in 1964 when, at the age of 15, he shot and killed his paternal grandparents. After confessing to the crime, he claimed he shot his grandmother just to see what it felt like, though he admitted to killing his grandfather so he wouldn't have to find out his wife was murdered. Fast forward 6 years in a maximum security facility, and Kemper is back on the streets, earning himself the nickname of the Co-Ed Killer. As Kemper turned just 21 years old, well, that, my dear archivists, is a terrible tale for a different list. Number 1. Amardeep Sada. It doesn't get much more shocking than learning that an 8-year-old boy was responsible for the deaths of 3 people. India's youngest serial killer, as he came to be known, was responsible for the murder of his cousin, sister, and a neighbor's daughter, all within 8 months of age. The deaths of his cousin and sister went unreported, though the family knew who committed the murders. He was said to have killed all 3 victims the same way, by hitting them with stones. When police picked him up on murder charges, he was said to have smiled a lot and asked for biscuits. Thanks for watching. From now on, be sure to keep a close eye on those rascally neighborhood imps, or maybe your own kids. Here's a solution. Get them hooked on watching videos from Top 10 Archive. Except maybe this one.